So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is a very simple Starbucks mug gotten by my daughter. It's just a green mug. Seemed perfect for today. It has a Starbucks written on the inside, but my tea is light, covering all that up. And today's tea is the Steep Echo Ascent. This was from our Sip Spy, and I really enjoyed this. So I'm having it again on a very cold and wet day down here in Georgia. Gonna go ahead and have a sip, and we will get started. Okay, I tried to take it easy on the sugar, but I'm getting mostly sugar. But still, nice flavor. So today, as you saw in our opening, we are taking care of the Friday the 13th Camp Crystal Lake palette that I got. We talked about this on, I think the very first It's New, or soon after, one of the first one or two that we had when my daughter joined us, and finally came in. That they said when I ordered this, it was going to take about a month to ship. It didn't take quite that long, and it actually got here in very, very good time. I am super, super impressed with this packaging. I mean, it looks just like a old DVD case, one of the more fancy DVD cases, I guess. And it has the whole flip opening, and then you have your whole cassette up here and showing that it's Glamlite's Friday the 13th. And then the palette is actually in a groove, just like some of the old cases used to have. It has the little thumb thing, and then the palette itself. This is some amazing detail for packaging, especially considering the price was like $35 or something like that. That is amazingly well done. I am just really super impressed that they have taken the time to actually pay attention to the packaging and do such a good job with it. The palette itself, I actually opened the palette and swatched a few shades on the domytriesthis Facebook group. It is private to that Facebook group. If you wish to join it, you can see it there. We will take a look at it now as well. She's so pretty. And there is the palette. So cool. I've obviously used it. We're going to make this look with it today to try it. And I guess for you guys, I can go ahead and do a few swatches before we get into that. Okay. I'm going to swatch a few of the colors that I didn't use. I'm just going to grab 4 of them. I was really impressed, as we will talk about later. Wow. So as you can see, highly pigmented for the most part, and the mattes at least stand up to being wiped down and away, which is a very good test. I use a damp rag all the time for that kind of thing. So we're going to get into using this, and we'll talk about it at the end. I'm really excited about it. You'll have to see at the end. It was, I'll just go ahead and say yes, I'm pretty impressed with the palette. So if you're interested in this palette, which is still available, and this look, my bangs want to hide everything, then just keep on watching. Still can't get over this packaging. This is just, it's just so neat. If they do something other than horror films and stuff like that, I might be buying more of Glamlite. Assuming, of course, this palette is as amazeballs as it seems like it will be. Having never tried their products, we're going to give it a try. I do have something of an idea of what I want to do, and we are going to get started with a fluffy brush. And this color, Summer Camp, Shiny Summer Camp. We're going to put that under the brow, I hope. I like that. I like to see it come up on a brush good. This is actually doing better on my brush than it did when I swatched it to determine which of these I was going to put under here. My biggest complaint so far is that there is not really a light shade in the mattes for under the brow, but we're dragons here. We all like the shiny, right? So this is called Summer Camp, this shade. And it's going under the brow. And we're going to try to figure out this whole eye, and then I will go back and do the other eye off camera. That seems to be quicker and easier, assuming I can remember everything. So that is a shade that would almost blend into my skin. Does almost blend into my skin. The sheen and the fact that there is a slight bronziness to it seems to help it stand out. Plus, I didn't get all that dark this summer, and I'm already losing what I got. So anyway, moving right along. All right, so I'm grabbing this long-handled. It was used the other day on something, but I do have a completely free side. I'm going to grab that and get this a little wet. Some setting spray. And I'm going to take this color Can't Hide and put that across about halfway to 2/3. Oh my goodness. This cat, folks. I swear if I wasn't home all day, we would come home to an unmitigated disaster. This is such a pretty pink. She is so light. I am honestly not sure if it's going to be a good test of how Glamlite stays on my inner corners. Which, as you all know, I don't hold it against brands if their stuff doesn't stay on my inner corners, but it's always a good bonus. Always a good bonus. That is such a pretty color. I like that. I like that. That's pretty. It is really light, I know, but it is very pretty. All right, so next I'm going to grab... Okay, we're going to try this fluffy brush. Fluffier brush. And I'm going to use Camp Blood. I'm going to go over that pink at about the halfway point and then go, but I'm going to leave a significant portion of this corner open. That's what I want to do. So we're going to grab some Camp Blood. And we're going to go here. I am putting it over the edge of that pink to help blend them in together. Now I think because I'm using this fluffier brush, this color is not coming off as dark as it might. But I will say it is a nice true blue-red. It doesn't get orangey. It looks like it might go orangey in the pan, but it hasn't. I am going to go back to my, I like that. That one on real nice and easy. I'm going to go back to the sponge tip for a minute. Grab a little bit more pink. These are nice and soft. It's awesome. Really, I really appreciate that. I'm going to go over that edge. Again, we're just trying to blend these two in a bit. And that's why we're sort of bringing more in. Just to so if it's more of a gradient rather than a sharp line. And then I'm going to take a firmer brush and I'm going to grab this slightly darker New Blood and put it on the outer corner. These are nice. Again, just deepening all of that up. That went on, it's so nice and easy. Going up a little bit over the red, about to halfway over the lid. That went on nice and easy. I appreciate that. I really do. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, I'm already really enjoying this. We won't really know until towards the end of the video whether or not this is all going to fall apart. So far, it's holding up beautifully. I am not even seeing anything starting to happen in the crease, which usually starts to happen pretty quickly. So I think we may have a new favorite to add to our list. All right. Now this is where I'm not quite sure where to go. I think I actually want to go with F13 for the deeper shading in my crease. I'm going to avoid the greens, I think. But I do want to put a blue in here. What are you? Taking a look at this. This is one of the ones I did not swatch. Oh, that's very pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, so I think it's going to change because it's going to be going over that other color that we've already placed above, under the brow. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use this Camp Crystal Lake right here and do my point. Do my point, which is what I want you guys for. We're going to start with this brush and see if it works. I may have to get a firmer brush to do this. Grab that on the end. Wow, that red is astonishing. All right, so I'm bringing this Camp Crystal Lake about a third away, till it's about a third away from my inner corner there. And then we're going to go up this way. We're just going to blend it out a bit. Okay, so this is not a good brush for this. And I don't think either one of you are. So I'm going to get something with a more firm point, more firm bristles. A little less, it's fluffy, but it's round, and it's a little bit on the fluffier side than most of my other brushes, but it's not fluffy. There's just enough of it to fit it where I want. Siren is in a mood today. I am not sure what's up. She is in a mood. I'm going to bring that down all the way and kind of tuck it around, even though we're going to bring that black in a minute. And I am smooching it out. As you can see, we have quite a bit of fallout. That doesn't bother me. It does bother some people, but I think a lot of the better shadows that you're going to find these days are going to have that fallout. All right, so I'm going to take this brush that I'm using in replacement for the triangle brushes that I love, but are all dirty because I love them. And I'm going to grab some of the F13 and put that in my crease and deepen that up. As for those who missed it, I actually opened this on my Facebook group for domytriesthis, and I was really astonished at this black. This black is black, folks. At least when I did my swatching. It was just, yeah, see that? That is not gray. That is black. A lot of blacks end up looking very, very gray instead of black when you put them in. I went over my reds and pinks a little bit. I'm probably going to have to fix that up when I'm off the camera and doing the other eye. But I'm just, that is a black. Blacks and purples. I'm not sure what it is about those two. And reds. A lot of times the reds are problematic for brands, but that is definitely very black. Wow. Look at how quickly that just goes on there. Astonishing. Astonishing. That was no work at all. It really was no work. That's no work at all. I am going to now go ahead and grab, I'll put that back. Actually, I know where I need that. I'm going to put these back. And I'm going to grab, so this is a brush that's pretty close to needing to go into my wash pile. Because I use a shade switcher, I don't necessarily put them in the wash cup right after I use them. I shade switch them. I clean them up before I put them away, and then I clean them up again before I use them. But there's a point when the staining starts really to show up, and this is at that edge. And I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to run it along here. And again, we're just smudging that out a bit. Trying not to take it up too much in that other color. But there's now no longer that firm edge. Okay. All right, I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to grab some more of that pink and try to fix that here. And you know what? I pulled this out just in case we can see if we could use it. I'm going to go ahead and get it slightly wet. These brushes are much easier for repair than the sponge tips. I have found they get the crevices and creases better, but they do not necessarily always pick things up. She says as she looks at it, it's really, yes, I like these shimmers. And we're just going to run this along this top edge to try to clean up where that black got into the pink a bit. There we go. Still not seeing any holes developing, which I truly appreciate. Oh, Glamlite. I may end up liking you. Okay, so we've got that all kind of repaired. In a way, it's an unusual look for me. I don't usually go quite so deep. I'm appreciating this. I am going to go ahead and dust this off. Where's my... We're going to dust this off, hopefully. Okay, so probably because it's reds, it's still there. But I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, finish the face, and we will be back to talk about it. I suspect you guys already know what some of my responses are going to be. Some of my comments are going to be. See you all in a few. Okay, so a few things that I did when we got out here. First of all, I took this color, Jason Lives, and I put it directly under the brow, and then I went ahead and freshened up the summer camp. That's between it now and the rest of the crease there. I used, now I have to think about this. I used this on the very inner corner of Axe, on the very inner corner of my under eye. However, it didn't show up very well. So I went ahead and went back to Camp Crystal Lake, and then I threw a little bit of Fib, F13, sorry, on the back end here as usual. And I only had to touch up once, and it actually took a while to get to the point where the inner corners were going. They may be going now a little bit, because once they start to go, babies, they just go. But here is our look. I have to say, I'm impressed. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am already very impressed. I was impressed enough to go to the Glamlite site to figure out why I haven't tried them before, and I figured out it's because they do all those weird food palettes that generally don't interest me. I'm just not into food palettes. I'm weird that way, I guess. However, I did find that they had like an artist's palette and a couple of others that I might be interested in picking up at some point. And I know they have some face products that I'll probably want to try out. I'm just really impressed. So Glamlite has gone up the ladder and has joined Nomad and Cosmic Brushes and a few others as part of my favorites list. And I'm looking forward to buying more. I'm kind of hoping that they're going to get out of this horror thing fairly soon. It's like I said, that's not my cup of tea, but I'm definitely interested in more of their products at this point. It stood up. They went on really easily. They appear to be staying on fairly well. I was afraid from the color story in here, even with me trying to pick some of these lighter colors, that this look would end up being way too dark. I don't do very many dark looks, so I thought this might end up being way too dark, and it wasn't. But I will say, I also briefly considered using the black base on the lid with them, and I'm glad I didn't do that, because that definitely would have darkened everything up. However, I just really do like how everything came out. Their mattes are super soft and go on really nice, and the shimmers are brush usable practically. I mean, they are brush usable, but to get, you know, the full shimmer effect, you're going to want to use a sponge tip or your finger, a dampened sponge tip to apply them, but you don't need to if you don't want to. They actually just went on, it repaired well, and they went on really well with just brushes. I mean, you saw that when I put this color below my brow. It just went on really nicely and easily. Everything blended beautifully. There was a lot of fallout. Fallout doesn't bother me. If fallout bothers you, probably not your cup of tea. And like I said, the packaging is amazing. I don't normally keep outer packaging for my palettes because of the way I keep them in my drawers. I'm going to keep the packaging for this because this is just so well done. Again, not my cup of tea. I'm not into horror flicks or anything like that, but they did an amazing job with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more releases that hopefully I'll be interested in from Glamlite. And I just might go ahead and pick up that artistry palette that I saw. That was really interesting. It was shaped like an artist's palette, you know, with the colors scattered on it. It was really neat. Anyway, so that is it for this look and today. And I hope you've liked it, and I hope you enjoyed the whole, you know, it was on so fast. It's really nice that with some of these palettes that their application has gotten to the point where I can put everything on so quickly and get a look done so quickly. Also, it helps that I'm finally figuring out, do one eye and then do the other. When I'm doing both, it takes a little longer, so I'm going to try not to do that to you guys anymore. But if you've liked this video, we hope that you will go ahead and like and subscribe and share and comment and do all the YouTube-y things down below. Let me know if you're going to pick up this palette or any of the other Glamlite palettes that have come out for these horror shows. They have Nightmare on Elm Street, they have this one, and they have a third one. Ghostface. They have Ghostface also. I think they have one more, but it's not one that I actually got a real good look at because I didn't start doing its new videos until a little bit after it had been released. Anyway, so that is it. We hope you like what you've seen. We're going to go ahead and sip our tea, so I will stop stumbling. Really didn't have a whole lot to say about this one because I really did enjoy it. I really did. Highly recommend it if you're into the color story, even if you're not into the movie kind of thing. If that's not your genre, cool. But we can all like makeup that is not in our genre, right? At any rate, so gonna sip our cup of tea and finally get on out of here. I stumble around like this all the time. If you're new, I stumble around like this all the time, and I apologize. And let's go ahead and give her a sip. She should be hot at full right now. Hopefully the amount of... I cut down the sugar and it still tasted sweet, but that could have been because it hadn't steeped enough. You should have steeped enough now. Oh my God, that's so good. I need to get me some more of those. I am going to have to put this in one of the 2 bags that I apparently have. I didn't realize I had 2, but I had 2 bags so that I know to get more of this. This is a really good tea. Really enjoying it. It's light. It's delicate. The sugar isn't overwhelming it. It's a really good cup of tea. All right, so that's it. Hope you have a good one.